Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be playing with the Lemonade Cosmetics Autumn Hue palette. It looks like this, and this is what the inside looks like. I am so excited to be doing this 3 looks 1 palette, especially with a newer indie brand to me and just a newer indie brand for this year. I think it's going to be so fun to kind of create a bunch of different kind of fall themed looks with this palette for this video. And if you guys are interested in that, then just continue watching. Okay, so the first shade I go in with is the yellow, and I'm just kind of stamping it on using an e.l.f. crease brush, and I'm just kind of really working it. I find that this is probably the best method to use this eyeshadow, is if you take it slowly and stamp it on, you're going to get the most payoff for the color that you're looking for. And then I'm just kind of taking it to the very edge of my eye and slightly winging it out. I'm going to do the same thing on the next eye. I will let you know that halfway through this look, I get smart and I stop doing both sides of my eyes. And then later on in this video for each look, I just do one eye on camera and the other one off camera. It saves a lot of time. Then I'm going in with the grass green shade, and I'm going to take that on with a much fluffier crease brush, and I'm just going to kind of work that in and build it up. I find that this green one was slightly harder to work with than some of the other shades for whatever reason, and it really stuck to the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow base. It's just something I noticed when I was using it. And then we're going to do the other eye again. I get better. We don't do the other eye in a little bit. As you can see, the green is a little bit patchy. It just kind of came off that way. I used it off camera with a different look and it didn't quite come off that way. I don't know if it's just the eyeshadow base that I'm using here, if it doesn't like it. Then I take the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow base and I use this to cut my crease. Now this is where I no longer do both sides of my eye, and I like how I did my crease here, and you'll see why. I really like the shape of it. I think that out of all the times I've cut my crease, that this is the one that looks the best and works the best. I'm just using kind of a flat shader brush. This happens to be one of the Harry Potter brush sets from Storybook Cosmetics. And then I just kind of make sure that it's all even, but I like cutting my crease here because it kind of hid the mess that shadow left. And just kind of cleaning everything up, making sure it all looks even. I go ahead and I kind of smooth it out with another brush and then just kind of clean up those lines just a tad bit. Then I go in with the deep blue shimmer, and I take this on a flat brush. I spray it with a little bit of the Makeup Revolution hydrating setting spray because this shade just kind of worked better that way. And I just place it right over that base along the entire cut crease of my eye. I think that it kind of, I really like when yellow, blue, and green are in a look, and you're going to see that again because I kind of just love that kind of color combination on my eyes. I think it's a lot of fun. One thing I will say about this shimmer is that you definitely need to kind of wet it if you want the most payoff. I wouldn't say the shimmers here are the most intense shimmers. They kind of give me more like satin shimmer vibes, if that makes sense. They're not as impactful as I think they could be. Not to say that they're bad shimmers, they're not. I think that they work really well for what they are. They're just not the super intense shimmers I think a lot of people are used to seeing with indie makeup brands. So just kind of keep that in mind. If that's not your vibe, then this might not be the palette for you. Then I take a little bit of NYX glitter glue, and this is where I get creative. I'm just kind of putting that towards the center of my eye, kind of in the same fashion you would do a halo eye. And the reason I'm doing that is because we are going to put glitter on top of that because I was feeling very glittery. So I take the green glitter that is in here and I just kind of place that over where the glitter glue is. I really kind of like this effect. I think that this look is one of my more creative looks. I wouldn't necessarily say that I would wear this every single day or anything like that. It was just kind of fun to create. And I'm actually taking that on an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. Then I go in with more of that blue shimmer and I kind of try to blend the shades together, more like I'm trying to make some of the green glitter look a little bit more blue. It doesn't quite blend. It doesn't work that way. Glitter doesn't work that way. Then I take my Inglot gel eyeliner in number 86 and I trace along the shape that I made when I cut out my crease. I actually really love the Inglot gel eyeliners. I just wish they were not that expensive. So I'm literally going to trace the entire length of that and kind of make a faux wing with the shape that I created on the outer portion of my eye. And I really kind of like how that looks there. It's very different. It's very kind of geometric almost. And then I'm going to be taking some of the Dear Katie Brown Razor Shine Glitter Liner in the shade Thank You and just kind of placing that over the top, kind of where my mobile lid meets my crease, if you will, and right over that Inglot eyeliner. This is one of my favorite ways to use the Dear Katie Brown glitter liners. It's just a lot of fun. And I really like how they look. Then I go in with my Stila eyeliner and I'm literally just going to trace along my lower lash line and meet up with that Inglot eyeliner shade. I didn't want to do the Inglot eyeliner over this just because I didn't want to disturb the glitter. Then I take my Tarte Big Ego mascara, and this is the last time I use that one because after this I used it all up. I really had to kind of work for it, especially when I did my second eye to really get the coverage. Then I take the Kokie Professionals Velvet Smooth Eyeliner in bright blue, and I use that to line my waterline, and I really like how it kind of matches that blue that's on my eyes. Then I take the teal green, it's teal leaning more green, and I use that to place on my lower lash line. I kind of like how this turned out. With that, I like the pop of green on the top and the pop of green on the bottom of my lid. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Then I'm going to go in with the lighter blue shimmer, and this one has a little bit more pop than the darker blue shimmer, so I use that in my inner corner. And I kind of like how that turned out a lot. Then I take my NYX Plush Gel Lipstick in Breakup, and I place that right over everything else. I think I love a good brown with a blue eye. I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Look, I take that kind of red orange and I place that right in the crease of my eye. This is one of my favorite shades in this palette. I love how vibrant it is and how well it blends out. And as you guys can see, I kind of like that winged out kind of shape. I don't know, I think it looks really good on my eye. You'll have to let me know if that's true. It's just something that I've become fond of doing. And these are new brushes to me also that I'm using. Then I take that kind of burnt orange with a bunch of shimmer in it. I wish it didn't have the shimmer. That is a pet peeve of mine. On an angled brush, and I kind of put that in my crease to just kind of deepen everything up. This look is not as involved as some of the others, and I kind of wanted to show that you can do kind of a quick look with this palette as well. You don't have to get as so involved. Then I take that kind of like orangey bronze shade and I put that all over my lid just with a flat shader brush. As I said, these brushes are new. They're from Docolor. I kind of ordered them off of Amazon on a whim and I really like them. They weren't super expensive, and I'm all about that with my brushes. I just kind of blend everything together. So I take that bright orange shade and that deeper orange shade and just kind of really blend everything together. Then I take my e.l.f. gel eyeliner. I love this eyeliner, you guys. If you have not tried this, I highly recommend it. And I just go ahead and I do a wing. And it's been a while since I've used gel eyeliner, but every now and then I go back to it and I realize why I like it. It is always super, super pigmented and super black, and when I do a winged eyeliner, that's really what I want. And I'm able to get that here. Up next, I take my Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. I don't know if I like this mascara, you guys. I'm gonna be real. It's okay. Then I take the NYX, or not the NYX, the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Lip Liner in Outrage, and I put that in my lower lash line, and then I take that teal shade, because this is one of my favorites to put on my lower lash line, and I'm taking that on a very small pencil brush. I actually really like this brush a lot, you guys. I think you're going to see it a lot more videos. Then I take the yellow shade, and this is something that I kind of wish I didn't do. I wish I had put a shimmer or something over it, or put a base down to really make that pop, because this is a yellow that you absolutely do need a base for. So just keep that in mind when you're using this. If you are going to pick this palette up, I highly recommend using a lighter base. Then I take the Dose of Colors lipstick in Charm. I love this lipstick. I think that this lipstick helped this look scream fall. I don't know, there's something about a deep lip, red lip, that I just really, really enjoy. I'm not a big fan of the applicator on this, though. I'm struggling with it. To the third and final look, and I'm using the yellow again. I use this on a bigger fluffy brush because I kind of wanted to see how it would work on a bigger brush instead of just packing it on. What I do is kind of layer it down, and then I go right back over it with some more of the color to really kind of have that yellow show. I'm also using it on a different base. I'm using this on the MAC Paint Pot in soft ochre. So that paint pot already has kind of a yellow undertone, so I think it works really nice. Then I take that teal shade and I place that into the crease of my eye. And this shade I actually really liked paired with that yellow. I think it blended really well with that yellow. It does turn it into the more green tone, but it's not quite as green as that like grass green that is in the palette. And then I just kind of spend some time blending everything together, really kind of making sure that it is all blended, as well as, you know, going in and out of focus here, because is it a Danielle video unless I do that? I don't think so. Take the yellow again and just kind of blend everything and get that shape where I want it. Then I'm going to take the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas in Halo, and I'm going to cut my crease, because I don't know, I was really feeling cut creases for this video. Also really feeling very similar looks for this video, apparently. I don't know. My creativity kind of died. I do really like how each eye actually turned out. I was just kind of feeling like in a color rut with this palette, and I'll talk about that more towards the end. I think that's just kind of one of the downsides. I wish there was like one more matte that kind of tied everything together. But this time I take the lighter blue shimmer and I just kind of place that everywhere, and I really like how this shimmer pops. I think it's my favorite shimmer in the entire palette. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's that kind of icy blue, and I'm a huge fan of that. So I just kind of, you know, trace where I put my cut crease, just kind of go for it. Then I take the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in Fresh, and I kind of trace the top of that and just kind of follow it. I go too far on this eye. On my other eye, I don't go quite as far with it. Then I take the Dear Katie Brown Razor Shine Glitter Liner in Little Fish. I love this one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I just kind of like to put that on just to add a little bit of sparkle. Nothing major. Then I take my Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner, and I create a wing with it, because what else would I do with my liquid eyeliner? I mean, there's probably more possibilities, but I don't know. I just stick to the wing. I also, just so you guys know, clean up my eye, because I don't like when the shadow's outside of the winged eyeliner. That's just something with me, so I clean it up. Then I go in with the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in Screamin'. This is my favorite yellow eyeliner I have ever tried, you guys. Those LA Girl eyeliners are amazing. Then the same mascara as before. I don't know. I don't like what it does for my lashes. Am I the only one with this? And yes, I got it all over the place. Then I take the deeper blue shimmer, and I'm going to place that along my lower lash line. I actually like how this kind of looked by the end of it. And then I'm going in with the BH Cosmetic Blacklight Highlight Palette, and Blacklight, and I'm using Electra. It's a yellow shade, but I like how blue it looks with the blues. I think it turned out really pretty. And now I do something cool, and look, both eyes are done. Yeah, I did the YouTube thing. Then I go in with my favorite Sephora Lip Stories lipstick, and this is in Spiked. It's my favorite cool tone lipstick that I own. I just really love it. And I feel like I need another one. So you've seen the 3 looks that I've created with this gorgeous palette here. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about this palette. Let's talk about how I feel about this palette and about my feelings about the brand, all of that so far. I absolutely really do like this palette. I think kind of playing with the shades a lot more really kind of solidified that. I actually do really like the yellow in here. It takes a little bit of building, but it is a very buildable, workable yellow. And I mean, it's still showing on my eyes, so I think that is very impressive. I think I played with that yellow quite a bit in each of my looks. And I tried my best not to do something so similar to the first look with the colors that I chose today, but I think it does come a little similar, but that is one of the drawbacks I would say. I would say with the color story, it's kind of hard for me anyway to merge some of these colors together in unique ways because my eyes automatically like, oh, that row all goes together and oh, everything else goes together. That's kind of how that worked for me. I even kind of wanted to do like a palette bingo with this almost and just kind of see what I could come up with, but I wasn't really feeling it, so I didn't. But I do like the shimmers. I would say that they're not like the most intense shimmer out there, but they are very pretty. And if you do spray them, they do work really well. I'm not somebody who sprays my shimmers all the time, but once in a while I will. And I tried it with these a couple of times, and I do think that they work better when you spray them. That's just kind of my opinion. But as you saw with several of my eye looks, I didn't really do that. The glitters are amazing. Like, I absolutely love the pressed glitters in this palette. You guys know if you've been with me for a while, and if you haven't, I am somebody who absolutely loves pressed glitters. I would call myself a glitter connoisseur, if you will. It's just something I absolutely love, and I love playing with glitters and I love using them. Also, sorry if you can hear, I have a puppy in the room and she is going to town on my rug right now. I've given up that battle right now. It's better than her chewing on cords. That's all I'm gonna say. But I will say this, the matte's very pigmented. The shimmers work very well. I would definitely say that Lemonade Cosmetics is a brand to kind of look out for, and and something that if you're into indie brands, I would definitely give them a try. They are, in my opinion, very affordable. They are, in my opinion, a very affordable indie brand. They kind of fall into more of the Juvia's Place bracket with a lot of their prices than, say, some of the higher end indie brands that you can kind of find. I actually really do like this palette, and I highly recommend you guys trying it out. So I would say that Lemonade Cosmetics is probably a brand that you will see here on my channel from time to time when they do come out with a newer eyeshadow palette, or one that kind of grabs my attention. Well, I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Leave a comment down below telling me which of the 3 looks I created is your favorite, and you can even tell me, you know, if this look and the first look are not that different. I mean, I think they are, but you know, to each their own, if you will. So yeah, just go ahead and leave a comment down below so we can chat, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!